Alright, welcome back. We want to continue from where we left off. First part was construct the frequency table, right? The cumulative frequency table, and then we finish up to the points. So that was the first video. Second video was to construct the cumulative frequency curve, ogive. That is what we have here on our table. Quickly before I move on, make sure that you have your title, which is cumulative frequency curve, ogive, and in this case we're dealing with of students, right? And then you have your scale here on the side, you have your cumulative frequency here on this side. It will always be cumulative frequency, so don't hesitate to write that. And then here we have, it is going to be our weights in kilograms. In terms of the scale, we said that for the x-axis we're going to go 1 cm 9 units. Why we went 1 cm 1 unit? Because the distance or the difference between 49 to 38 is going to be 9, right? Which tells me that there are 9 units between these two, and then that is how I chose 9 units here. 1 cm 9 units. And then you could do the same thing for whenever you have your cumulative frequency. I entered this little broken line here. Reason why I enter it is because from here, or from 0, which is the point where the two lines meet, to 29 is 29 units and not 9. So that means I had to tell or make sure to inform that I am not going the same multiples of 9, right? So 29, then we have 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9 until we reach up to 92, right? So that is the reason why I have here. On the other side, I do not have it because notice that the multiples for each cm is 20. So we have 20 here, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, all the way up. So there's no need for a broken line. Right? After that, we plotted the points. We found out how many lines equals 1 unit, right? And then we determined that each cm has 10 lines divided by 20. This is not 101, by the way, it's 10 lines divided by 20, which is the amount of units that I have. When I divide, I get 0.5, which is a half. Half of a line equals 1 unit. So each line, so if half of a line is 1 unit, then each line is going to be 2. So if I want to find out where is, let's say 16 for the first one, because it was 29, 16, 29, 16, that was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and then that's where I have my dot there, right? And then 38 went up to 42. So 38, I went 20, 40, and then since it was 2, 42, then I just counted one more line, and then that was 42, right? And then that is what I did for the rest. So now we want to continue with the estimated mean. In terms of the estimated mean, we want to say, it says the estimated, not mean, sorry, it's the estimated median. The estimated median is going to be, what is the estimated median? That's going to be 3. We want to find what is the estimated median. The estimated median is going to be 200 divided by 2, right? 200 divided by 2, which equals to 100 students, right? Since we know there are 100 students within the questionnaire or within the survey, so we say 100 students divided by 2, which gives me half of it. That's going to be 100. So what I have to do now is find 100 within my cumulative frequency, go across, right, like this, find 100, go across, go across, touch the curve, and then I go downwards to the down there. And I get that there. I get this point there. Now what is that point? What is that? How could I know what is that? I do the same thing what I did to the y-axis, determine how many lines equals 1 unit. Notice. Now I do it to the x. The x is there is 1 cm. 1 cm is 10 lines. Right? 10 lines divided by 9 gives me a total of 1 point. I use my calculator to get an correct answer. 10 divided by 9 gives me 1.1, so it's going to be like 1 piece more, right? 1.1. So that is what I have. So 1 point something. Now let's see what we have. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. I put it as 53 since it is right there. It goes a little bit ahead of that line. I put it as 53. Now notice that this is the estimated median. So that means that you might be off by a little bit, right? You might be off by a little bit, but everything is going to be just fine, right? So let me write in my answer. Let me check it again. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, and I have 52. So I'm going to put estimated mean, put it down here. So I put it here. 3 estimated median, not mean. I keep saying mean, but it's median. Estimated median equals to 63 kilograms. Now notice if you get 62 or 64 or 16, 61, maybe I could give you that, but it all depends that you have done your line across and you're showing me that it is 61 or whatever your answer is, right? Alright, so that's 3. 4, let's take a look at 4. 4 says the number of students with weight less than 49 kilograms. So it is going to be students with less than 49 kilograms. Alright, so you want to find out the number of students with less than 49 kilograms. So since it's talking about kilograms, we can no longer go with the students, because here we said it is 200 divided by 2, which is 100 students. So the 100 students was the median, and then the median weight was taking the 100 for the students, go across and then down, and that gave me the median weight, right? Or the estimated median weight. Here we want to find out the amount of students that have less than 49 kilograms. So we're going to find less than 49, and then we're going to go up and across. Here we go. Less than 49 means that we want 48 kilograms and less. So what I'm going to do is find 48 kilograms, go up and across, right? Here, notice that I have 47. I want 48. Remember, this is less than 49. So less than 49, I want 48, 47, 46, and so on. Okay? So you want 48, 47, 46. We do not want 49. So we start with 48. So that means this 48 is what I need to find on my weight. So 47 is here. 48 will be one line ahead of it, and a little piece after that, right? So 47, 48. So I put it just a little bit ahead, and then I construct my line going up and then across. Alright, this is what I have. Up until it meets the curve, and then from there I go across. Right. Up and across. Notice that now I need to figure out what that number is here, but since it goes by 20s, I know that each line is 2 units, because we said half of a line 1 unit. So one line will be 2 units, right? So let's see what we have. We have it here. So that's going to be 60, 62, 64, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, and it's a half in between the two lines, 76, so that's going to be 77. So this line here stops at 77, right? So we have 77 there, right? So 77. I want the section that is less than that. So that means that I was talking 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, all the way going this way. So this is the section that I wanted, right? On this side, I want less. So if this is 77 and I want less, this 77 already tells me it is the section that is left, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 77. So what is left? Less is 77. So it means that I want 77 as my answer. So once I know that, then I just continue by saying, alright, there are 77 students 77 students with less than 49 kilograms, right? There are 77 students, sorry, not 47, but 77 students with less than 49 kilograms. Moving on, 5 says number of students with weight more than 78. And let me put it a little bit here. So find this and then also the probability, right? And then once we find the student, the amount of students, then we want to find out what is the probability of selecting a student that weighs more than 78 kilograms. So we want to do a little bit a twist here. Find the amount of students, and then after finding the amount of students, find what is the probability, right? So let's do that. So let's say students with more than 78 kilograms, right? So what is more than 78 kilograms? More than 78 kilograms means that I want 79, right? 80, 81, 82, and so on, right? So I want students with more than 78 kilograms, which is 79. I don't use 78. If it said more than or equals, then I start with 78. But here it says 79. So we need to find where 79 is. We go up and across to find what we have, right? So 78. 78 is somewhere around here because we have 74, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and a little piece. So we're going to go somewhere around that, right? So once we find that, we go up and across. This is what we have. Go up and then across. Then that is what we have. Notice that we went up and then across, and then I need to figure out what is this number here. But let's see. It is 80. So every half of a line is 1 unit and every line is 2. So we're going to go by 2s. 180, 182, 184, 186, 188, 190. So my answer for that is going to be 190. 190. Now notice the question said students with more than 78 kilograms. 78 was 79, and then we went 108, 181, 182, 183, 184, 85, 86, all the way. So this is the section that we wanted, right? If we correspond that to the line, see that this is what we want. So I want this piece here, right? The remainder of that piece, notice that 190 represents from where the line is downwards, but we want downwards. We want less? No, we want more. So we want more, so we want from the line to the last amount of student, which is up to 200, right? Which is the largest amount. So how do we get that? We got 190. We know we want the top piece. The total is 200, so that's going to be 200 minus 190. That's going to be 0. That's going to be 1. And then we have 10. Right? So we have 10. So 10 students. So we subtracted, right? So 10 students have weight more than 78 kilograms. Okay, let's wrap it up. 10 students have weight more than 78 kilograms. So the other part of it was the probability. The probability of the number that I select is more than 78. Students with more than 78 kilograms, the probability that the number I select is more than 78 kilograms, right? We already have that it is 10 students, right? We already know it's 10 students, so we just take that and we say, all right, since we have that, that's going to be 10 out of how many students within the survey? 10 students out of how many students within the survey? There's a total of 200 students, right? 200 students. So we're going to say it's 10 out of 200 students, which is divide now. 10 divided by 200. And then I get 0.05. So what probability do I have of selecting a student that his weight is more than 78 kilograms? There's a 0.05 chance, right? And then this is how you do it. The same number that you get here, you just put it over the total amount of students or pupils or interviewed persons you have, and then you get your answer, right? The last one is a 6. 6 says at least number of students with at least 69 kilograms, at least 69 kilograms. What does at least 69 kilograms tell you? All right, at least I like to use the term in terms of grade. If you visit your teacher and he tells you, oh, you're failing, and then he tells you that you have 65, he will later tell you that you need to get at least 75% on your exam. What does at least 75% on your exam tells you? That you need to get 75 or more, right? So you need to get 75%, 76%, 77%, 78%, and so on. So that is at least. At least means that number that they tell you and more. So you're trying to get 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, and so on kilograms. So that is what we have. But we're interested only in the first number, which is the 69, because that is the line that we need to construct, go up and across to see what the number, how many students have that weight, right? So let's find what is 69. 65 is right here. So we need to find what is 69. 69 is going to be, so 65, 66, 67, 68, 69 electro piece. And there is that is where we have it, right? So right here. So we need to go up and across. Up. And then when you meet the curve, you go across. Okay. So this is what we have. Go up and across, I get that. And then to find out what that number is, that's going to be 60, 160, 162, 164, 66, 168, and it's half of the two little lines there, so that's going to be 169. That is what we have, 169. So let me figure out if I want the top piece or bottom piece. So it says at least 69, so I want 69, 70, 71, 72, and so on. So right here, so 69, 69, 70, 71, 60. So that means I want the top piece, right? I want that piece from that point onwards. So if I correspond that, that means I want from here to that piece. So what is that piece there? That piece there is going to be, again, 169 is from that line downwards, so I don't want that, so I want the top piece. So that's going to be subtract from the total, which is the 200. So let me do it here. So that's going to be 200, right, minus 169, right? 200 minus 169, that's going to be 1, that's going to be 9, that's going to be 10. So that's going to be 1. 9 minus 6, 3. And then that's going to be 0. So my answer is going to be 31. So there are 31 students with at least 69 kilograms, right? So there are 31 students with at least 69 kilograms, which means that there are 39 students that have 69 kilograms or more. That is what it's telling you, right? All right. If you want to find the probability, the question was what is the probability that you select a student that has at least 69 kilograms, then what you do is just take that 31, put it over 200 because it's the total amount, and then find your decimal. So that's going to be 31 divided by 200. That is going to be 0.155, and that is what we get, right? And there you have it. Now by the way, how do you put the probability in? So how do you write it in probability? You put probability, that is probability, a P with two lines here, like as you can see, of the number, you put X of the number being at least 69. At least 69 is that we want 69 and it has to be more than 69. So more than 69 and include 69. At least 69. So it's going to be more than 69 and include 69 because it says at least. That means you could get the 69, but at the same time you could get higher. Alright guys, I hope the video helps you with the assignment that you have on. Those of you guys who are using the computer to get your answers and put those smiley faces on the curve, please do it again for me. Try using a graph sheet. since for the at-lib or CXC, that is what we're going to be having. And then submit your work. Resubmit your work, not submit your work. Resubmit your work. Thank you.